Hello guys, welcome to Study Heroes. In this video, we're gonna look at questions that are asking us to find the derivative of a function using first principles. The first question we're gonna look at is from grade 12 mathematics, November 2024 NSC question 8, specifically 8.3.1, and it reads as follows. Given f of x equals to minus 6x squared, determine f prime of x from first principles. So let's write down what we've been given first. We've been given f of x equals to minus 6x squared, and we are asked to find f prime of x using first principles. So the moment you are asked to find the derivative of a function using first principles, just know that they're telling you to use the formula f prime of x equals to lim, which means limit, h approaches 0, f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. So in order for us to use this formula, we need f of x plus h and f of x. Now we have f of x because they've given it to us, but we don't have f of x plus h. But we can work it out using f of x. So we're gonna use the equation they've given us of f of x in order to find f of x plus h. So wherever we see x in this equation, to find f of x plus h, we are gonna put x plus h. So here, instead of writing f of x, we have f of x plus h equals to minus 6. Where we see x, we put x plus h squared, which equals to minus 6. You know, when a bracket is squared, it means it's two brackets multiplying each other. So we have that. And then we end up with minus 6. And then we can multiply the brackets out. You're going to have this x times that x, which will give us x squared. And then we're going to have that same x multiply this h. We end up with x h. Then we're going to have this h multiply with that x. It'll be the same as xh. And then we're going to have that h multiplying this h. We end up with h squared. After that, we can add or subtract the like terms. So we end up with x squared plus xh ends up as 2xh plus h squared. Then we multiply everything in the bracket with this negative 6. We end up with negative 6 x squared, negative 12 x h, negative 6 h squared. So now we have f of x plus h. Let me just draw a line so that our work doesn't get all messy. So I'll continue on this side. So to use this formula, we need f of x plus h, which we've just worked out. And then we need f of x, which we've been given. So now we can use the formula. So something you need to be aware of as you use this formula is that on every step, you must write lim as h approaches 0 until you get to a point where you make h 0. After that point, you no longer have to write h approaches 0. But for as long as you haven't made your h to be 0, as long as you haven't substituted your h with 0, then you must keep writing lim as h approaches 0 or you will lose marks. Okay, so be aware of that. So we're gonna write equals to lim h approaches 0, and then instead of writing f of x plus h, we're gonna write what we worked it out as, and it's minus 6x squared minus 12x h minus 6h squared minus, then we have minus f of x. What is f of x? F of x is minus 6x squared. So we write minus 6x squared all over h. And then next step equals to lim h approaches 0. We have minus 6x squared minus 12xh minus 6h squared. Okay, that 6 looks more like a B. So let me just fix it. 6h squared. And then we're going to have minus times minus. It's going to give us a positive 6x squared all over h. Then we continue. You see, I'm still writing lim as h approaches 0 because we haven't made our h to be 0 yet. So lim h approaches 0. So if you look here, the like terms we have are minus 6x squared and plus 6x squared. Minus 6x squared plus 6x squared is the same as 6x squared minus 6x squared. So they cancel out. Then we are left with minus 12xh and minus 6h squared all over h. Next step, we are still writing equals to lim as h approaches 0. Why? Because I haven't made h to be 0 yet. So now, if you look here, you can see that there is a common factor between these terms, and the common factor is h. We have h here, we have h there. So we can take h as a common factor, and then inside the bracket we're gonna have minus 12x minus, here we took 1h, we are left with 1h, so we're going to have minus 6h instead of h squared because the 1h is a common factor, all over h. So this h and that h cancels out, and we're left with minus 12x minus 6h. So we can make this h to be 0, and if this h becomes 0, it means we end up with minus 12x minus 0. So our answer will be minus 12x because all of this will be 0. So now, we've already made our h to be 0, so our answer becomes minus 12x. You see, here I didn't write lim as h approaches 0 because I've already made h to be 0, so I no longer need to write lim as h approaches 0. That's the final answer. Let's look at another question. This one is from grade 12 mathematics, November 2019 NSC. Question 7, specifically 7.1, which reads as follows. Determine f prime of x from first principles if it is given that f of x equals to 4 minus 7x. So we've been given f of x equals to 4 minus 7x, and we have been asked to find f prime of x using first principles, which means we must use the formula f prime of x equals to lim h approaches 0 f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. So the moment they say first principles, they want you to use this formula. You don't need to know it by heart, but you should be able to identify it. So it will be given in the formula sheet. So we have f of x, but we need f of x plus h, and we can work it out. F of x plus h equals to, so wherever we see x on the equation of f of x, we're going to substitute it with x plus h. So we have 4 minus 7. Instead of x, we're going to write x plus h. We end up with equals to 4 minus, we multiply everything in the bracket with negative 7. We end up with negative 7x negative 7h. So our f of x plus h equals to 4 minus 7x minus 7h. So now we can use the first principles formula. It's equal to lim h approaches 0. Remember to keep writing lim as h approaches 0 until you've made your h to be 0. So our f of x plus h, we worked it out to be 4 minus 7x minus 7h minus our f of x is 4 minus 7x all over h. Next step equals to, see, I'm still writing lim h approaches 0. Because I haven't made my h to be 0 yet, we have 4 minus 7x minus 7h. We multiply everything in the bracket by the negative. We're going to have negative 4 plus 7x all over h. Okay, let's deal with like terms. We have 4 and 4. We have positive 4 and negative 4, which is 4 minus 4, which is 0. So this 4 and that 4, they cancel each other out. We have negative 7x as well as positive 7x. So this is the same as 7 minus 7, which is 0. So this negative 7 and this positive 7, they cancel each other out. We end up with negative 7h. So we have lim, you see, I'm still writing lim h approaches 0 because I haven't made my h to be 0 and I still have h. Alright, so we have minus 7h all over h. This h and that h cancel out. We end up with negative 7. So in this case, we don't even get an opportunity to make our h to be 0. But that's our final answer. I hope this video helped you a lot. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe to our channel. Till next time, bye.